Hello, everybody. I'm back once again, and today I'm going to be breaking down my trading strategy. So, I've just bought a 10k funded account challenge. For those of you that don't know what funded accounts is, you contact a prop firm and they will give you a challenge to access live funding. Now, usually you have to pay anywhere between 40 and about £300 for this challenge. You can get instant funding challenges, which essentially means you don't have to do any evaluation phase. You don't have to make any sort of percent on the account. You just get instant funded. Usually the margins are a lot smaller and the rules are a lot stricter. So I think if you're going to be buying funded accounts anyway, you should be able to pass the challenge. I think that's the be all and end all of it, really. So I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend getting an instant funding, because if you're going to have a funded account, you should be able to be a good enough trader to pass a funded account anyway. Anyway, I've bought a 10k one-step evaluation challenge, which essentially means I need to make 6% on this 10k account that I have. So currently it's a demo account. It is fake money. And I need to prove to Aquafunded, the prop firm, that I am a reliable trader, and that I can actually place profitable trades. Now, what that is going to mean is that I have to place a series of trades that are going to have to end up profitable. And the rule for it is you can't, 40% of your profits cannot come from one singular trade. So you have to almost just split it up into little blocks. You can't just get one lucky trade that absolutely smacks and then you then pass the challenge. You can't do that on a lot of prop firms. You have to prove it's not a fluke, and you have to do it over a series of trades. I think probably minimum 3, probably 4 trades, roughly the way it works. Anyway, I'm going to be sharing with you the simple strategy that I'm going to be using and the chart that I'm going to be using to hopefully pass this challenge. And this is my first funded account, and most people, they don't pass their first funded account. I paid £50. I think it was like 280 AED I paid for this. And yeah, it's a one-step evaluation challenge. So yeah, like I said, I will be sharing the simple but effective strategy on how I'm going to attempt to pass this. So we're now Sunday night, so I'll be going from tomorrow morning looking for setups, things like that. So let me click on here. So I think you've already been able to see this. So my simple strategy. Now, if you trade head and shoulders and neckline and all this, then maybe you're not going to understand this, okay? Because that is not the sorts of trading I do. I am an ICT trader, so we all trade the concept of the banks manipulating the market, and all those sorts of things. So my strategy is as follows. So as you can see, it's already been marked out. So what I'm going to do is actually get rid of these. For the sake of the video, I'm going to remove this and I'm going to put on my indicator. So my indicator is trading sessions. Now I'm just going to pop that on. Bang, bang. So what this does is this marks out the different trading sessions and what happens in those trading sessions. So as you can see here, we had London. So this is just a random date I'll skip back to. Thursday, the 14th of August. This is London session, New York session, Asian session, bang, bang, bang. And obviously these little bits in the middle are usually very low liquidity. There are session names for this. I believe there's a Sydney session, maybe somewhere across here. I'm not too sure. But like I say, they aren't main trading sessions. You don't really trade them at all. So yeah, these are the main 3 sessions that have been marked out here. So what we're going to do for the sake of this video is we're going to pretend that the market is up to here. So everything past here, we're currently on Monday the 18th of August. We're currently on Sunday the 24th of August. But for the sake of this video, Monday 18th of August. So simple strategy goes as follows. And exactly what I did here. So bang, I'll mark out previous session highs and lows. So let's say right now we've just finished Tokyo session. We're here and we're just coming into London session. So what I'll do is I'll mark out previous session highs, bang, and previous session lows, bang. So that's the first thing I'll mark out, and then I'll wait. So for this isn't the exact strategy I've used for this trade here, but I'll wait for one of these key levels to get hit. It's as simple as this, guys, and it's so effective on this chart. So let's say Asia highs gets hit. What we're going to do, wait for a breaker structure, and then we're going to scale down time frame to probably a 5 minute, and then we'll look for something like a breaker structure. Like a fair value gap, but then we'll look for the fair value gap to get filled, continued, and then enter. Simple as that. Now, what I'm going to do, because to a lot of you that might all sound very confusing, I'm going to remove. I'm also going to remove the indicators. I'm also going to remove this, and I'm going to show you everywhere where you can find this. So 15-minute time frame. Well, what you can see here is a liquidity sweep, massive liquidity sweep to the upside here, and then we have a breaker structure from this candle close here down here, the breaker structure, and then we're going to look for price to continue downwards just for confirmation, and then enter, which is exactly what I did here. And then, as you can see, trade actually hit full take profit. And that's just one example. Liquidity sweep, breaker structure, look for a bit of continuation, and then bang, full take profit hit. And let me just find some more examples, because I know there will be. Because like I said, it's absolutely everywhere. Oh, liquidity sweep. And then we have a breaker structure. Oh, 4 port to the ground. And that's 2 examples. And this is within, 1 or 2 days of each other. And they're 2 absolute sniper entries. Now here, okay, that's fair value gap, entered, continued down, bang. Okay, so we would have maybe also entered this trade off this big fair value gap here, but that's not what we're talking about now. Okay, let's find some more examples. A lot of consolidation there. Skip past that. Okay, no, that didn't work there. Like I say, it doesn't always work. But, liquidity sweep, breaker structure, entries, once prices continue downwards, and bang, all the way to the floor. We usually target recent prominent lows, so it's probably going to be about a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio this trade, and it wouldn't have hit full take profit. But when I get to around this mark here, I'll start to probably have 80% out of the trade. So yeah, now this trade, what happened here? Oh, would you look at that? Let me just extend this box so we can really see what happened. We had a very big draw on liquidity here, liquidity sweep, and then we had a breaker structure down here, entered off that. It's literally entered liquidity sweep, breaker structure. Price consolidated a bit here, tickled my stop loss a little bit, and then full pot, take profit 1, hit, take profit 2, hit, take profit 3, hit, bang. And then, Jesus Christ, I'm guessing Mr. Jerome Powell had something to say here. If you like to trade gold, and not even gold, honestly, anything, really anything, any USD pair specifically. But yeah, I'm guessing around about this time, we got 12 o'clock UK time. Maybe that wasn't US news, but there was some sort of news there. I promise you that is not normal market. That's not how the normal market moves whatsoever. There's something caused that. I couldn't tell you what it was. 1st of August. This was nearly a month ago now. But yeah, there we go. Here we have another drawing liquidity sweep. We have a breaker structure and price hit a nice little 1-to-1 here. Well, nearly 1-to-1 basically. Price hit full take profit. If I actually targeted these lows here, I would have had another probably 60% trade. I would have taken 80% out. That's lovely, nice profits here. I can guarantee you here, I haven't even seen it yet, but this move down was caused by liquidity sweep on a breaker structure. I can guarantee you. Oh yes, look at that. Liquidity sweep, breaker structure. Would you look at that? Target recent lows there. there even, every single one of those would have got smashed. So I think you get the gist of it now. This is the simple, and bear in mind, I'm well aware there's a very high chance, it's more than likely, statistically, I'm probably 95% likely to fail this first challenge. But this is just my first attempt. Liquidity sweep, breaker structure, I will scale down. Now, I'll see if maybe there's a fair value gap that can get filled, or maybe an order block zone that can be tapped into and then reversed out of. And also, it has to match my daily bias as well. So obviously, the first thing I'll do when I open the charts is determine a daily bias, and then I'll just look for price to sweep session highs and lows, and I'll look for a breaker structure. And then obviously, like I say, scale down, look for maybe a order block or fair value gap to get filled, continue onwards, enter off that. Some of you maybe that trade normal currency pairs like GU, GJ, all those, you might be thinking, what, you're just entering off liquidity sweep, breaker structure, blah, blah, blah. On most pairs, it doesn't just work like clockwork like that. I've been trading this chart specifically now. I mean, I started with signals about a year ago, right? But I've been trading, actually, like learning myself trading for what we now August, starting around January sort of time. So about 8 months now. And it's everywhere. It is like absolute clockwork, because this is the thing with ICT trading, right? You're trading how the market moves. And one of my friends who I spoke to a little while ago now made a very good point in the fact that some of the confidence we might learn is SMC, smart money concept. Believe it or not, this is all still a concept. The fact that the markets are manipulated by XYZ and price draws towards liquidity to then try and either hit people's stop losses or take people out of the market for whatever reason. It's all a concept, believe it or not. It's still regarded a concept. Now, it's quite apparent that it is true. It is true, and that is what happened. But it's still a concept. But I'm sorry, yeah. But I'm absolutely not having like news here. Whenever you see moves up like this, that is usually some sort of news, and it will usually happen round about when there's going to be mid-London session news or mid-USA session news. It's when people with high power are going to be talking. So let's not do this, because this is heavily manipulated. But look, we have a sweep for liquidity here, we have a breaker structure here, and price hits the floor all the way down here. Bang. We have, I've deleted a lot of stuff off here for videos and things like that. I'll show you one more example of this, and then I think you can kind of get the idea. Let's show one to the downside. Okay, right here we have a liquidity sweep here, and we'll look for a breaker structure. Be somewhere up here, target highs, bang, bang, would have both got hit. Yeah, like I said, this is absolutely everywhere. On the gold chart, you can almost just read it like a book. Liquidity sweep, breaker structure, daily bias, bang. And that is the simple, but like I said, extremely effective method that I'm going to be using as of tomorrow to try and pass my first evaluation challenge. I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know how it goes. And yeah, if you guys have, from what you've just seen to me, if you have any constructive criticism, anything like that, please tell me, let me know. I'm not going to be offended if you say, yo, what you just said is absolute fucking bollocks, this. Right? I'll appreciate it, because I'm going to be a student to the day I die. I'm always going to be learning. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, if you did get this far. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.